Yeah, it's MTGO Draft here. Decided to do just one more tonight. So first deck's already open. Pack is already open, so let's take a look here. I don't know, really I just think two options here. One's Midnight Oil. One is Essence Extraction. I think I'm gonna go with Essence Extraction. I really like Midnight Oil. But I think not conditional, but you do need to be going pretty slow for it to give you its full value. And Essence Extraction is just good kind of at any point in the game, really. So I'm going to pick that one up here. And Midnight Oil, I think people are more down on it than I am, so there's a small chance it wheels around, which would be nice, too. Pretty boring pack for second pack. Not seeing much. Courier is growing on me, but it's not that great. Renegade only works on a total build around, which could happen, but probably not, especially not in black if we stay here. And there's a ton of red, so I don't really want to pick it now because it's probably going to get cut by others. I'm leaning towards the Pioneer. I like the fact that it's the only white card in the pack. We could maybe cut white moving forward, and it's also just a pretty good card. I also really like the black-white archetype, so a little extra benefit. Again, nothing too exciting. If I look at best card in the pack, it's either Thriving Rhino, I think, or Hunt the Weak. Boundary Screecher is best card in colors. I think I'm going to take the Rhino. It's just a good card. It's a good 3-drop. And green-black and green-white are both solid archetypes, though especially green-black. Let's pick up the Rhino. Yeah, let's do it. I'm starting to doubt myself. We could take the Screecher, but those are normally available pretty late. Yeah, let's just go Rhino, see what happens. This pack, I'm thinking Iron League Steed. Keeps us flexible in colors if we just pick two of these three. Lawless Broker is solid, so is the Pillar Bug, so is Built to Last, so is the Ibex. But Iron League Steed is just a safer pick, and it does pretty well in most decks anyway. Okay, this is a late Servant of the Conduit. This tells me green's pretty open. Plus there's still an Outrider here. I do like the Screecher. I do like Build to Last. Rush Vitality, good trick, but just a late Servant of the Conduit, so it really suggests to me green's pretty open. Hopefully it stays that way. Somebody behind us could easily pivot if I'm passing them a Pima Outrider this late, but it's a late Servant of the Conduit, and I'm going to pick it up. Options here, I would say, are either the Artisan, the Subtle Strike, the Ibex, or the Sky Skiff. I'm going to go with Sky Skiff. It's a good card. Keeps us flexible in colors. Because the only color we have more than one of right now is green, and the Artisan's nothing that exciting. Could do it to try to keep cutting green, but I'm going to go Sky Skiff. Really nothing too interesting here, so I'm going to take the Prism. It cycles through a card, so it doesn't really hurt you when you cast it. And if we do go with something with 3 colors, it's a good card. Hazardous Conditions is decent in our deck, but it's, so conditional, it's hard to main deck. So I'm going to take the Prophetic Prism. Not too late to try to start that self-assembler train going. And I really love to when I can, as anybody who's seen the videos on this channel would attest to. So let's take this off assembler. We could definitely get another 1 or 2 before this draft is over. With the Sky Skip, I like Night Market Lookout. I used to think this card was worth nothing, but if we get another Sky Skiff, or even just other artifacts in general, it's just a good card. Not necessarily going to main deck it, but good enough to put in for now. Other option, I do like Takedown a lot on the sideboard, but I'll always take a possible main deck card over sideboard unless it's, really top-notch sideboard material. Incendiary Sabotage is a fun card to play with, and nothing else is in color. Anyway, actually I take the back. Theorist, solid card if we do go into blue. Don't mind having an Appetite in this deck at all, but it'll probably go in the sideboard. So I think we're still flexible enough to go into a lot of colors since we have 2, 3, 4 artifacts. And yeah, so if there's any bombs here, we can still take them, which is nice going into pack 2. Otherwise, it's looking like green is open, so a color I'd probably want to stay in. Not a ton of reason to stick with red, black, or white, though I do really like Essence Extraction as a card. Dream cards here, I wouldn't mind a Cub, I wouldn't mind the Hydra. A lot of good green bombs to open. Same with white, wouldn't mind an Aetherworks Rock. Obviously Nisa's the dream pull right here. But let's see what we get. Smuggler's Copter I like a lot. It's just a great card. Getting that out on turn 2 is just huge trouble for your opponent. And it also makes the night market look at more valuable if we do end up in black. So I'm going to definitely snap up that Smuggler's Copter. Ooh, Pia is obviously a great card. I don't know if there's a chance of going into red. Actually, I guess there is. I mean, we could easily pick a new second color. That all being said, I'm leaning... I do like the Fairground Trumpeter a lot, especially in our deck, with a couple possible token generators already. But the more I think about it, the more I'm convincing myself that Pia might just be the pick. She helps all of our artifacts, obviously, and it's not too late to go to red. We do have a giant in hand. I didn't even realize that. So, I mean, we already have as much red if we take it than we do black or green. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Pia. Not necessarily ruling out a 3-color deck, though right now I'm thinking green-red, which is one of my favorite archetypes to play in this set anyway. I love Fabrication Module, but, you know, not enough synergy yet to think about drafting it. Other options, Tidy Conclusion is just nice unconditional removal. Foundry Screecher is solid. Spark of Creativity if we do want to go heavy red. At this point, red could just be a splash, seeing as we have Servant, but I would say that makes it less interesting with the Pia, because you need multiple red mana to really do a ton of work here. I think I am going to go Tidy Conclusion, though. Unconditional removal is just too hard to come by to pass this up here. I was all about to say we're done with the white, and we probably are. This is just a good card and fairly late for it. That being said, I think we're just going to do either... Let's see, options. Wildfist Monitor, Visionary Augmenter if we do want to try to make white work, though not likely considering it's double white. Live Fast is a solid card. Highspire Artisan is in green, which is one of the only colors we're probably going to definitely go into. I think I am going to take Highspire Artisan. It is stronger in a deck like this where you have a Skyskiff and a Copter, so 1-drop where 1/1 creatures can help you out a lot. Not to mention it does have some synergy with the Pia. I'm going to take the Trumpeter. I think it's an underrated card. And with Artisan, Rhino, Steed, Pioneer if we play it. Not a ton of synergies, but enough where we could definitely emphasize some token generators moving forward in the draft and make this a really powerful card. Nothing much here for us, but Screecher is definitely going to make the cut if we go black, and it looks like we probably will. Interesting pick here. The Obsolete is a good card, and I probably should take it. Though, actually, I mean, if we keep a Night Mark, and maybe even get a second one, the Skyskiff becomes really strong. I think I'm going to take the Skyskiff. I like having a couple of these. This is a really close call. Riparian Tiger is really good. But Seed Sculptor is one of the better 2-drops in the set. It also pairs up nicely with the Fairgrounds Trumpeter. So I'm going to take the Seed Sculptor. Here the Cobra seems like the easy pick. Lawless Broker is not bad at all. Let's get rid of that Pioneer. At this point, I'm going to try running a second Night Market Lookout. I don't think I've ever run 2 of them, but I've heard it working well on streams and in just pros games in general. Our curve's a little wonky right now, but it should still work out. I would really love a second Self-Assembler and obviously some 4-drops. But otherwise, I'm kind of liking the setup right now. You know, Pia's not definitely in, but I do like it a lot, and it kind of does work nicely with some of these. You know, any Fabricate card works pretty well in our set, in our deck. But token generator more important now. We probably have enough of the smaller artifacts, so I wouldn't mind something like a freighter or something like that. You know, I mean, theoretically, we could still easily go into a new third color if we do just get a crazy bomb, or I don't know what that would be at this point, but always a possibility. Because with all the artifacts in green, we could easily just splash black and go into a new third color. Nothing that would make us do that here, though. I think only realistic pick I see is the Thriving Rhino. It just works nicely in our deck with the Trumpeter, and just it's a good card. Other options, Blossoming Defense I like a lot, but it's just a trick in the grand scheme of things. Doomed Operative would work pretty well in our deck with all our smart artifacts, but I'm going to go Rhino. Ooh. This is interesting. I'm very intrigued by this Trinketeer. Let's see, what do we have in the terms of, in the way of Fabricate? We got one here, the High Spire Artisan, the PNLR, how do I pronounce that? I guess that's it, and not as much as I thought we did, so maybe less intriguing than I first thought. I think I will then take the Tiger. We're kind of low on, well, very low actually, because the Self-Assembler you don't really want to play if you don't have a second one. So we're low on the high end of our creature base. So let's take the Tiger. Ooh, I love the Cub. Yeah, easy pick, I think. Pima Outrider would be nice in our deck. We need a 4-drop. But having the Cub when we already have a Servant, 2 Rhinos, the Tigers, is that all the energy generators we have? I think it is. It's still just too good of a card to pass up. If you get that on turn 2, it can be game over before your opponent even blinks. I'm going to go Malphus Squad here. I consider the Foundry Expector, but it doesn't do a whole lot for us since these are so cheap anyway. And the Malphus Squad is just another Fabricate, which works well in our deck. Yeah, honestly, I don't think you can have too many Thriving Rhinos, especially not in a deck that has a Long Tusk Cub in it. Yeah, that's the only option here. Already at 18 creatures. Oh, Armorcraft Judge. Yeah, obviously it's very situational, but it looks like it's going to be very good in our deck. And we need a 4-drop, so that fits perfectly. Tiger, don't mind another one. Self-Assembler, take out. Looks like there aren't any in this pack. We're going to have to cut a couple creatures, maybe just one. Maybe just one. I'm going to keep both the Tigers, I think. This all looks good. Nothing here, which makes our life easy. I could cut the Lawless Broker, but I don't want to, considering the token theme we have going on. I could cut the Seed Sculptor, but I don't think I will either. Probably one of the Night Market Lookouts is not going to make the cut now. I do like having both and just think about getting them early and playing them in tandem. But it's a pretty, not worthless when you have enough artifacts, but it's not the best card when you only, when you get it out late. It doesn't do a whole lot. 18 and 6. We could easily play 16 lands with this setup here. I do like the Sage as a combo with the Long Tusk Cub, but seeing as how many good creatures we already have, I think it's not going to make the main deck at least. Let's see. I could cut the Artisan. That's something to think about. I might actually do that. I don't love the High Spire Artisan. It's a good sideboard card if they have a lot of like Pioneers or other small flyers. But I'm gonna... No, I take it back. It's not worth putting in the Sage just for the Long Tusk Cub. So let's leave the Artisan in. It's not a bad trick, Ornamental Courage for the last pick, but probably not going to make the cut. Alright, so what was I going to add in? The High Star Artisan back. We've got enough 2-drops as it is, so I don't need to play the Sage. So let's see what that looks like in terms of color. So the question is, do we splash red just for Pia Nalar? I think it's the wrong play to leave it in, to be honest. But it's pretty much a free splash, considering we have the Servant as well as a Prophetic Prism. We could take the Prophetic Prism out if we decided to just go 2 colors, but there's nothing here that's that exciting if we do. So I think I'm just going to run this. Even with 3 colors, go 16 lands. Maybe not even play a mountain, since we have the Prism and the... Yeah, let's not even play mountain and just go heavy. Let's see, 9/7 looks okay. Yeah, let's do this. And I will be back, guys, with round 1 in the next video. Thanks for watching.